All of us, as educators, want our students to be successful. In order to do so, we should be learning more about how the brain works and how people learn. Luckily, there's a wide body of research termed the science of learning and development that helps us to understand how the brain functions and how students learn best. The science of learning is a huge body of knowledge that has been accumulated over decades of research. That research has come to us from learning sciences, from psychology, anthropology, and from studies on the brain. Ever since the 1960s, researchers have studied how people learn. We began with looking at the hemispheres of the brain, the right hemisphere, the left hemisphere, and what some of the processes are that happen within the brain as people are learning or engaging in any type of activity. In the past, some people would talk about left brain activities and right brain activities as if they were completely separate. People thought that one side of the brain or the other was utilized more in certain activities. But more recently, that theory has been disproven. One part of the brain is not dominant over the other, but rather we use our whole brain as we're learning. The two hemispheres of the brain work in conjunction with each other. Both hemispheres are utilized during just about every learning activity. In the 90s, researchers began to apply these learning sciences to the classroom and how students learn in a classroom. What they found is that students retain information and comprehend information better in a classroom that's collaborative in nature, in classrooms that are hands-on and that utilize brain-based strategies. One of the key topics around brain-based learning is the concept of neuroplasticity. What this refers to is that our brain is malleable. It changes over time based on a couple of key principles. One key aspect of the science of learning is relationships. We know that when students have positive relationships with their teacher, a principal, or another adult in the school, as well as with their classmates, they're more primed for learning. Our experiences can also change our brains. When we have positive experiences in school, where information is accessible and scaffolded, where we can see our own learning as we collaborate and work with each other, work with other people, we learn and our brain changes and grows through positive experiences with others. It's critical that we provide students with positive experiences in our classrooms because negative experiences can also change the brain. In our classrooms, we want to make sure that students can thrive by having positive experiences with their peers, with their classmates, with the teacher, that they can see the growth that they're making as they're learning new information, which will in turn motivate students. All students, of course, in fact all people, will demonstrate variability in learning. Some of us might learn a topic very quickly, others may learn that topic a little bit more slowly. Taking this into account is important as we work with students. Not everyone will get everything at the exact same time. What the science of learning and brain-based learning tells us is that we can utilize a variety of practices to enhance learning and support students as they engage in the learning process. In this series, we'll talk about a variety of concepts that are related to brain-based learning and the science of learning. For example, we'll talk about the concept of retrieval, interleaving, spaced practice, and the distributive effect. We'll talk about the importance of serial positioning and incorporating in concrete examples. We'll discuss dual coding. We'll also talk about the importance of emotional engagement, active learning, and chunking information. Throughout the series, we'll share strategies that we utilize within BEGLAD that support these concepts and help students to learn most effectively.